Today, host Jenna Hager had a personal reason to skip the show airing on September 3rd. Just one day after returning to Today, after a summer break of more than 2 weeks, Hager was away on assignment on Wednesday. She spent her day off on Thursday, September 4th, flying to Texas to meet with the parents of the Camp Mystic flood victims, which is why she was absent. While introducing her interview package, Hager remarked, "The parents I talk to, including some of my own friends, are dealing with the unimaginable grief and pain." This was spoken during Today's Studio 1A. This summer, parents thought camp would be the safest location for their girls, but unfortunately, they were never able to retrieve them. In the midst of their grief, they have resolved to work together to prevent a repeat of this tragic event. Over the 4th of July weekend, severe flash flooding in central Texas killed more than 130 people, including 27 campers and counselors at Camp Mystic. I had informed her it's the safest place on earth. The late Virginia Hollis's mother, Lacey Hollis, informed Hager this. "We talk about this being your worst nightmare." Caitlin Bonner, who was Layla Bonner's mother, continued, "I didn't have a nightmare about this." Siles Stewart, one of the young campers, has not been seen since the floods 2 months ago. "Your heart stops because you hope every phone call, every text, is news that they found your child," stated Will Stewart, Siles' father. The families of those who perished at Camp Mystic have been working together since the floods to have a law that would make summer camp safer for kids, called the Heavens 27 Camp Safety Act, passed by the Texas Senate. It is anticipated that the bill will be signed into law on Friday, September 5th, after having been passed in the Texas state capitol on Wednesday. It was immediately apparent that this wasn't a coincidence. According to Blake Bonner, Layla's father, this was due to complacency and it was completely avoidable. Speaking on what these camps should be striving to achieve, Ryan Ditt, the father of the late Molly Ditt, said, "What's being laid out in this bill should be the bare minimum. Our girls' legacy was not that they died in vain," continued Bonner. "Again, this is a catalyst for change, and that is the legacy our daughters will leave behind. The safety and well-being of every camper is our priority, and our policies and practices are designed to ensure a safe and supportive environment," Camp Mystic stated in a previous statement. Hager has already spoken about the special relationship she has with Camp Mystic. While many of her friends were raised at the camp, her mother, former First Lady Laura Bush, was a counselor there, she told Craig Melvin on the July 7th edition of Today. "Many generations of Texans, including grandparents, mothers, and children, have been through this camp as it is an institution there. My mom worked as a drama counselor." Jenna Hager, beloved co-host of the popular Today Show, recently revealed a very private and moving reason for her unexpected vacation from the show, opening up about her emotional absence. "People were naturally worried when Jenna wasn't on TV for a while. They've grown to love her for her kind demeanor and honest narrative. But when Jenna spoke up about the emotional struggle she had been through, her fans came running to her side, showering her with love and support." Jenna did not mean a mental or physical absence caused by illness or time away from work. It was actually rooted in something very private, though the type of thing that most people can relate to, but never bring up in a public setting. Being present for loved ones during a period of intense personal suffering was a burden and anguish for Jenna, and her absence reflected that. A family problem. There was a connection between Jenna's family and the emotional reason for her short leave from Today. Jenna, whose strong relationships with her loved ones are well known, recently said that she had to take a break from the program to help her family through a tough time. She explained that she needed to step away from her work obligations in order to be there for her family, who had been going through a difficult time. Although Jenna withheld some information, it was evident that the entire family, including herself, was emotionally drained by the situation. Choosing to take time off work to be with a loved one through a crisis is a tough decision, yet it happens to a lot of people. But Jenna's devotion to her family is well known, and this incident demonstrated how much she loves and cares for her loved ones. A tale of Jenna's triumph over adversity. One way Jenna has connected with her followers on a profound level is by being upfront and honest about the struggle she has overcome. She has always done a great job juggling her many responsibilities. Whether it was being the first daughter or being a mother, wife, and professional, people look up to her more because she is honest about her problems, including the ones she has with her family. Jenna, while talking about her absence, recognized the courage and determination needed to confront personal adversity directly. The importance of being present for people we care about cannot be overstated, and she came to terms with the fact that life does not always proceed as planned. Jenna talked on how our inner strength is shown in times of vulnerability, whether it's providing emotional support or simply being there when someone needs us the most. Coming back to her supporters, while she was away, Jenna thanked her followers for sticking with her and their unwavering support on social media. Her heartfelt speech thanked the Today audience for getting that family is everything. While expressing her longing for her co-hosts and the audience, she assured her supporters that she'd be back soon. Her devoted fans responded with words of love and understanding to the touching post. A sense of togetherness was fostered within the Today community as many viewers recounted their experiences of being forced to take time off work to care for a loved one. One of Jenna's defining characteristics. Her candor enabled her fans to relate to her on a deeper level. What we can see of Jenna's private life. The emotional absence of Jenna also provided fans with an unusual window into her private life. Jenna has been cautious to keep some personal details about her life private, despite her fame for revealing glimpses of her family life, including Henry Hager, Mila, and Poppy. The strength of her familial ties and her insistence on prioritizing their needs were made abundantly clear when she discussed her absence. It's no secret that Jenna has a close relationship with her parents, George W. Bush and Laura Bush, and that fans have frequently praised the Bush family's closeness. There was a lot of speculation over the influence of Jenna's parents' values and upbringing when she didn't appear on the Today Show. Jenna's perspective on family and life have been profoundly affected by the Bush family's emphasis on love, loyalty, and mutual support. Being vulnerable and its power. The ability to show vulnerability is what makes Jenna unique among her colleagues in the broadcast industry. She has become an inspiration to many viewers since she isn't afraid to talk about the ups and downs of her personal life. The fact that Jenna isn't afraid to be herself is admirable in a society when it's common to put on a mask. Her emotional retreat from Today was about more than just taking a break for herself. It was about recognizing the deep significance of being there for those who matter the most in her life. Working hard is essential, but prioritizing relationships and family should always take precedence. Her decision to temporarily move away from her role on the program served as a reminder of this. Many have been encouraged by Jenna's honesty and openness to share their own humanity, admit when they're struggling, and seek help when they need it. Back to the present. Fans were ecstatic when Jenna returned to Today after spending time with her family. Her co-hosts and co-workers such as Hoda Kotb and Savannah Guthrie were incredibly supportive of her emotional journey and greeted her back with open arms. Reuniting with the family who had missed her comforting presence was evident during the emotional reunion, which demonstrated that Jenna's return was about more than just getting back to work. As soon as Jenna took to the airwaves again, her devoted fan base felt a flood of relief wash over them. In her own words, Jenna expressed her appreciation for the opportunity to return to the Today set, while also stressing the importance of the lessons she had learned from her absence. She learned that life is short, and that despite the temptation to let work and other responsibilities take first, prioritizing time with loved ones is always worthwhile. A friendly reminder to put important things first. We were all reminded of the importance of prioritizing what matters most by Jenna's absence from Today. Nothing trumps the importance of being there for loved ones when they're going through tough situations. No matter how important our professional obligations are, being there for the people who matter the most to us, whether they're close friends, family, or loved ones, is a priceless gift. Fans gained insight into Jenna's personal life, and the concept that it's all right to step back when life demands it was reinforced by her candor about the emotional reason for her Today absence. Countless people find inspiration in her story, which is filled with love, bravery, and tenacity.